Welcome back. Today I'm answering the question: does walking burn belly fat? If I walk X steps per day, will I lose weight? If I walk 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps, 1 million steps per day, will it burn belly fat? Let me tell you right now, short answer is it depends. Technically, yes, but you can't spot reduce. I'm gonna break it down for you. Welcome. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. Saw this question on Reddit. It comes up every once in a while in my inbox, and it's a big part of the guilt-free framework, realistic focus, so you know what to focus on so you can have the changes that you want. And what happens, most people, they'll use an all or nothing approach to health changes, weight loss, etc. The New Year's resolution vibe where you go hard, 15,000 steps, 7 days a week for the rest of my life. And then you do that for 2 weeks and then you give up. So that's a really common thing. A lot of times people are trying to make changes without understanding why you're making them. Or you'll be reading about all the fundamentals online, but getting stuck without actually applying it, right? So if you look this up online and then you try to do it yourself, you recognize maybe I can't actually do this. Or you start to doubt yourself, or you're spending time searching all this stuff on Google with no accountability, and you do things poorly, and then you second guess if you're doing the right things in the first place. And it's a serious problem. This is what a lot of the people who are new to me will say, and I give them solutions so they can do it. So let's talk about why it's important to get active. Why you want to start taking care of your health if you're not already is storing a lot of fat around your midsection has been linked to an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, other chronic diseases. So it's more than just a cosmetic thing. Of course, you want to look good and feel good, but it's also a health concern. What we're going to do today is we're going to fix it with the guilt-free game plan so you understand why you're making the changes and how you can do it and apply it in a sustainable way to your life. One thing I want you to remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to build consistency. And I want to repeat that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to build consistency so you can do that. Keep practicing is what I say at the end of all my videos. All right. So things to consider: distance, step count, intensity are less important than frequency. So when you're starting out, a lot of people will jump to some idea that you have to like join CrossFit or crush some all or nothing workouts or start some kind of sprinting exercise, train for half marathon. None of that is the biggest factor. 15,000 steps, a number of steps isn't that important either. Frequency of your activity is more important. Click like if that makes sense to you so far. I cover this in my other videos. I talk about all the time because a lot of people think they have to go extra hard. It's more about standing up more often. If you can get up once an hour, every 30 minutes, a couple times a day and just walk for 5 minutes, studies show that's good. I cover that in my video, Can You Lose Weight by Walking? That's in the description below on YouTube. You can find that through a quick search as well. The next step, walking burns calories, and that can contribute to a calorie deficit. So when you're walking more often, that is going to help you burn calories, but it's not specifically burning fat. Fat is a storage of energy. And if you have an excess of calories and you're expending or using in most days, then your body will store those calories in fat. So when you're walking and you're burning calories, you can use more calories. And then the next part of it is making sure that you're not taking in too many additional calories, added calories from giant portions or high fat foods, or drinking too much sugar, drinking too many calories. Those kinds of things can hold you back on your weight loss efforts. So walking is part of using more energy, and that's why the frequency is more important than the intensity. A couple studies showing that walking more often reduces waist circumference. You can see that one with women there. And then there's another one. This is linked below in the Healthline article. People on a calorie-controlled diet who walk for 1 hour 5 times a week for 12 weeks lost inches off their waistlines as well as more body fat compared to those who only dieted. So yes, you can lose belly fat. It's just that you lose more body fat overall, and then that kind of counts as belly fat, but you can't spot reduce. Other benefits of walking, there's tons of them. It's not just about burning belly fat. Preserves your lean muscle, boosts your mood, helps you maintain your weight loss. A lot of people will lose weight and put it back on because they are fluctuating in their activity levels. They don't have a sustainable habit. So it's not just about getting up to some number of steps. It's about finding a number that works for you over a long period of time. The guidance that we have, 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. That breaks down to about 22 minutes per day. You can do that in two 11-minute sessions. You can break it up however you want. And just those little steps might not seem like much, but it makes a huge impact on your health outcomes. Next, something to consider: focus and practice. So these are vision, focus, and practice are the three parts of the guilt-free process that makes your health change sustainable. So you can, take confident ownership of your path to freedom and fitness. If you don't have focus or practice, you'll just end up quitting. Kind of like that New Year's thing. If you are just guessing what number, how often, how can I get more active, then it's going to be harder for you to have sustainable practice. And so those things go hand in hand. And this is something that came up my testimonial video. I put a link on YouTube, how Lindsay beat burnout while losing weight. She had a steps goal that was very ambitious to start out. And I was like, let's just look at how much you're walking on a typical day. Let's look at your weekly average and then just do that, commit to that for a week. And that was a lot lower than she expected. And she thought like, oh man, this isn't going to make any impact. But the thing is, when you start hitting those realistic goals, over time, you like build that confidence and momentum, and you gradually increase that. And that's how you make the change. If you have a huge jump up, you're going to drop off and not do anything, or do less than you intended, maybe even less than what you started with. So that's why building it up gradually, starting with where you are and making incremental changes makes a difference. If you haven't clicked like yet, that's another good point. Okay. And that's something I emphasize, is small changes over a long time are bigger than intense changes for a couple weeks. If you are kind of yo-yoing or going back and forth and not able to keep up with the change, then you are going to give up. And then another emphasis, there is no real rush. Talk about that in my video, Stop Rushing Weight Loss. So if you have a weight loss goal, if you're trying to lead a healthier lifestyle, you can do that for the rest of your life. And that you want that to be sustainable for the rest of your life. A lot of times people will get stuck when I just want to drop the weight real fast. They do something for a little bit and maybe they drop the weight, maybe they don't. And then right after that, they go back to what they were doing before to put all the weight on in the first place. So if you don't do that, just don't. And you focus on the process in a long time, even if you just increase your steps by like 10% or 1,000 a day, and you just keep it at like maybe 5,000 for a long period of time, and you're burning more calories and you're watching what you're eating, over time, you're going to lose weight in a sustainable way versus just doing something really quickly to lose weight fast. There's no rush. And that's such an important point there. So that is a quick summary. You need focus and practice. You have to know what to look for. If you're just guessing or trying to put things together without any rhyme or reason, you're going to get stuck, or you might get stuck. You might not. I hope you don't. But if you do, that's why. It's not exactly about how many steps, it's about the frequency. If you want 7 health tips to make health changes sustainable, I have the Health Habits Challenge that is available anytime in the link below. So check that out in the description. And it's a good way to get like kind of a newsletter with these 7 tips to make health changes sustainable for you, so you can take confident ownership of your path to freedom and fitness, and you can lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. That's the vision. I want every entrepreneur to know how to do that. So does walking help you lose weight, help you burn belly fat? Yes. And you want to make it sustainable for you. So that's today's message. What do you think? Leave a comment, click like, subscribe. And as always, keep practicing. Peace.